Hello YouTube, it's TSP back again with another video. I just want to drop a quick video updating you on the status of my hip. So I started a little while ago telling you about what was going on with my hip. So I knew that I tore my labrum, anterior labrum, and I tore my adductor tendon on both sides, but the right side was worse. And my orthopedist had told me that he wanted to set me up with interventional radiology. So I guess I didn't really know what that meant. And he didn't do a good job of explaining to me, which at this point pissed me off because what I was going in for was different than what I actually experienced. So my understanding was that I was going to go in and they were going to do some additional radiology imaging with contrast in my hip. And I knew that they were going to be injecting some dye into my hip so that they could see better into what was going on in my hip. But that wasn't the purpose. So I'm kind of pissed off right now and not happy with my provider regarding the informed consent process and telling me exactly what he had planned for me. Because actually, now that I think about it, it really didn't make sense as to why he told me to go to interventional radiology and then to schedule an appointment with him for 6 weeks later. So now it makes sense because I've gone through it. But anyway, let me kind of give you the update on what happened. So my appointment was yesterday, and I was in a little bit too much pain yesterday, and maybe I should have made the video while I was still in that much pain. But essentially what I underwent was a brief procedure where they used fluoroscopy to look into my hip and then inject lidocaine and inject some steroids into my hip so that hopefully it decreased my pain and it would help ultimately with identifying what maybe the primary problems or primary issues in my hip were, given the fact that I had multiple places that I'm having significant issues, the adductor tendon and the labrum. So that day, I had some immediate relief for probably about 10-15 minutes, and I had to drive, and that was not good. Driving by itself was pretty aggravating to that brief procedure that I had. And then after that, I was sore for probably half the day. And I still went out to work. I went to work out and I did my normal workout for the day. So I had been laying off of my typical activities. So I haven't squatted for a while. I haven't deadlifted for a while. And so I just kind of do some leg press, very controlled, nothing too terribly heavy, but doing those really controlled things so that I'm not aggravating anything. They told me that I can try to get back to my normal activities, so I think that I'm going to be getting back to doing some deadlifting, some squatting, not going to rush back into it, but at least my plan for now is to give it a few days. So Friday, I think I'm going to try to do some deadlifting, see how it feels. So if you don't already follow me on Twitter or Instagram, please do. It's in my banner, it's TSP Super Psych. And this is kind of where we are right now. So I'm waiting to kind of see how long it's gonna last. So at this point today, I'm actually feeling considerably better than I was the day prior. So I've been having very little pain in that part of my hip. So I'm still having a lot of pain on the outside of my hip, which wasn't, I guess, directly affected by the shot as much, even though I think I was told that it would kind of travel. But I'm still having a good bit more pain on the outside. But for the most part, this is the most or without pain or least pain I've had in several months, like probably 6 months. So actually, I'm kind of happy at this point that I'm walking without pain. I can sit without pain, and for however long this lasts, I'm happy that it's doing so well. And one thing that's really interesting is that I didn't realize how much pain I was in until I was no longer in pain. So for the longest time, I've been describing my pain as a 3 or so to my physicians and other providers. Well, now that it's gone, I actually realized that it was probably way more pain than a 3 because it was just always there. And you get used to pain. You know, I don't know if you've had that experience where you're just in constant pain for such a long time. It becomes just, you become so used to it that maybe it's not as bad. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Our body adapts to things like that. But I'm kind of realizing that I was in way more pain than I thought I was. But anyway, just wanted to make this a short update and turn into a 5-minute video. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment if if you're going through something similar, if you're having some difficulties with pain or surgery, or just, drop me some support if you like to. Anyway, thank you for listening, and hopefully we can make your tomorrow better than today.